I'm not voting for Donald Trump. I'm voting for Donald Trump and Bobby Kennedy and Tulsi Gabbard and Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk and JD Vance and everyone else that they're going to bring in this team, this Avengers, this Voltron, whatever you want to call it. And they're going to get in there and actually do what Donald Trump said he was going to do the first time, which is drain the swamp. And he has admitted that he couldn't do it and he didn't do it because he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't even think he was going to win the first time. And he had no time for his transition team. And then it was loaded with a bunch of sycophants and horrible people that were the swamp monsters that Bobby Kennedy has very accurately pointed out. And so now they're privately funding. I love this, that Trump is privately funding his own transition team, not waiting for the government. So they are ready to go and they are not compromised. That is the government that I want. That is something. Bobby is 100%. He and Tulsi are going to be let loose to be the bulldogs that we need to hold people to account. And by the way, and they will do it fairly. They will do it civilly. They will do it in love. I've sat with both of them. They are incredibly wonderful human people.
So if it wasn't already enough what he could do for this country, you literally get 6 presidents when you pick him. You get Donald Trump, you get JD Vance, you get Bobby Kennedy, you get Tulsi Gabbard, you get Vivek Ramaswamy, and you get Elon Musk.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about the Avengers. 2 sets of Avengers. The woke Avengers, who are, in my opinion, the fake Avengers. The Hollywood celebrities that have come out and given a full-throated endorsement to Kamala Harris. A lot of these Hollywood celebrities just happen to also attend Diddy parties, right? So I think that the establishment has something on a lot of these individuals. Like, for example, LeBron James, who, by the way, struggled to meaningfully articulate why he is supporting Kamala Harris, okay, because apparently he never finished reading that Malcolm X book, right? He never got past the first page, because if he did, he would not be endorsing Kamala Harris, but he doesn't know why he's endorsing Kamala Harris. He's just endorsing Kamala Harris because that is what his handlers told him to do.
So, having a daughter, having a wife, having a mother, and things of that nature, what she believes in when it comes to women's rights, when it comes to the future, with my kids and where I see our country should be. I feel like that endorsement is only right. It is. Come on, man. You guys know me. Damn sure won't go the other way.
Yeah, so it never ceases to amaze me how all of these Hollywood celebrities, especially the men who have daughters, always come out here and talk about how they support Kamala Harris, not because of any real substantive issue, like, for example, inflation, energy, the economy, the border, foreign policy. None of those things actually matter to these individuals, okay? What really matters to them is their daughters having the right to abort their children, right? Which I think is a disgusting reason. And also on top of that, I'm not sure if LeBron James is aware, but he lives in California, right? And I don't think that abortion is under attack in California, right? I don't think that that's going away in that state. But again, LeBron James is not a very educated individual, so I'm not really holding him to a high standard. And to be honest with you, none of these Hollywood weirdos are actually educated on these issues, which is, again, why when they endorse Kamala Harris, they always do so with these standard Democrat talking points that, again, don't really actually explain exactly why is it that anybody should vote for the last 4 years of disaster, which is what we're getting with Kamala Harris. Again, the only thing they can tell you are these standard Democrat talking points that are very vague, okay, when they talk about women's rights and democracy, which is how the woke Avengers tried to peddle their endorsement of Kamala Harris, right? They tried to go with the whole democracy talking points. Take a look.
Hi, you guys. Hi, Avengers.
Hey, Scarlett.
Jumping on the call.
Whoa. I think you mean assembling. I said assembling. Don, that's pretty good. No, they thought it was funny.
Scarlett, it is our pleasure to come together and to get the vote out this election. Come on.
Yeah, how can we be of service?
Well, how about we start with what our voting plans are going to be, who we're going to bring to the polls with us, that sort of thing.
I think Kamala Harris needs a catchphrase.
Ooh, yes, definitely a catchphrase.
How about this? I'm just off the top of my head. I can do this all day.
Shut up.
I hate it. Okay.
I mean, it's original, but...
What about something punchier like, Boom. You looking for this? Iron Man 2. Everybody loved it.
Okay, again, I think we're just trying to get out the vote.
Kamala forever.
That's better.
Okay, how about I'm down with democracy? It's just clean, it's simple.
Okay, I like that.
It's hard to argue with that.
Kamala Harris down with democracy.
Oh, yeah. I'm Kamala Harris, and I say down with democracy.
I don't know if that sounds the way we want it to sound, though.
I think we just need, can we get some production though?
Jarvis?
My name's not Jarvis, but whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right. Down with democracy.
Down with democracy.
Is that what we mean, though?
Yeah, together we're going to tear down democracy.
Will you stop playing heroic music under yourselves?
I'm Kamala Harris, and I am down with democracy. Did I sound enough like her on that one?
That was great. How many Golden Globes have you been nominated for? I'm just curious.
Yes! All right, that was awesome.
Wow. I think I am boycotting the Avengers, right? Because the Avengers have become the woke Avengers. They become the fake Avengers. And the real Avengers that should be influencing your vote are actually those that are going to be participating in the government, okay? The team that Trump is assembling is going to make his next administration unlike any other administration that we've ever witnessed in modern history, okay? Because the team that he's assembling is not a team of swamp creatures, okay? It's actually a team of anti-establishment, America first individuals who want to transform this country into what we all know that this country can be, right? The America that we know that this country can be. And the Kennedy team has actually released a pretty epic ad that is breaking the internet right now, in which they are advertising, again, the real Avengers that should be influencing our vote.
Moment. How will we be remembered? Look at the opportunities before us.
This election really isn't about the left versus the right. It's about we the people choosing our government and the choice between freedom versus tyranny.
Nobody has a chronic disease burden like we have. Why are we allowing this to happen to our children? Ultimately, the only thing that will save our country is if we choose to love our kids more than we hate each other.
What is going on here is deeper than politics. It is deeply spiritual. We are being called to rise above the hatred and the fear and the evil.
We need to remember above and beyond that we must love our neighbors, that we must treat other people as we hope to be treated.
You want to be a rebel? You want to be a hippie? You want to stick it to the man? Show up on your college campus and try calling yourself a conservative.
America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing!
Don't you want healthy children? Don't you want a president that's going to make America healthy again?
The sweet emotion raining all over me. I come to you today as a former Democrat. I will be a first-time Trump voter tonight.
The people dreamed this country, and it's the people who are making America great again.
Wow, goosebumps, okay? That ad made me feel all warm and fuzzy inside, guys, okay? There's so many of these moments that have happened during Trump's presidential campaign. Again, I've never seen anything like this. I really haven't, okay? Again, when you talk about vibes, right? Kamala Harris talks about vibes. The vibes, the actual good vibes, the unity vibes, that's what is happening with the Trump campaign, right? What you just saw there was actual unity, okay? You didn't see a bunch of swamp creatures. You saw people from all across the political spectrum who have all decided, hey, let's put our differences aside and less combined forces on the things that we all can agree upon, which is putting this country first, okay? Putting this country first and helping this country get healthy again and to take care of the American people, prioritizing the American people. This is what I love the most about the Trump campaign, guys. That's what I love the most about this new iteration of Trump and what he's doing moving forward, okay? And I want to go ahead and play another clip here of RFK discussing Trump's transition team, because his transition team is not being funded by the government, which apparently is what usually happens. I didn't know this, but the government usually pays for the president-elect's transition team, which I think is a conflict of interest, right, for various reasons, okay? RFK is going to explain why this time around is different, right? The team that Trump is building is different. And again, a lot of people have criticized Trump for surrounding himself with swamp creatures in his first administration. But again, you know, Trump has already come out and admitted that, hey, he made a mistake, that he didn't know a lot of people, and that he trusted the recommendations of a lot of people that he should not have trusted. And again, that's going to change this time around. I just want to play this clip of RFK explain it. Take a look.
I've talked to Donald Trump specifically about this, and he said to me, I said, look, the last time you were in there, you put John Bolton in charge of NSA and Mike Pompeo in charge of the CIA and the State Department, and you put an oil guy, you know, in charge of Department of Interior, a coal guy in charge of EPA, and a telecom lobbyist in charge of FCC, and pharma lobbyist as head of HHS and FDA, Scott Gottlieb. And he said, here's the difference. He said, when I got in last time, I had no idea how to govern. And I got surrounded by donors and corporate people who said, you appoint this guy and appoint that guy. And he said, I appointed a lot of bad people. Now, I was listening this morning to this extraordinary interview that Donald Trump did with Joe Rogan yesterday. And he said during that interview, he talked specifically about John Bolton. He said, a donor got me to appoint him. And he said, he's a great guy. He turned out, and this is what he said. He said, he's a really bad guy. And he said, this time, I'm not going to do that. He told us that. And what he did, he didn't just promise that, but he did something no other president's done before. Normally, the transition team is not created until November 6th because GAO, the General Accounting Order Office, pays for all the costs of the transition team. Trump said, I'm not going to do it this time. I'm not going to do it their way. I'm going to start my own transition team 3 months early. And he got private donors. He got private donors to fund it. And he's appointed 20 people, including me and Tulsi. And, you know, there's people of all different kinds of ideology and people who we're going to have to go up against, you know, on that transition team and fight for our vision. But I can tell you this, which is unique, there are no corporate lobbyists on that campaign, on that transition team. And usually it's 100% corporate lobbyists. So it's very, very different, and it gives me lots of hope that this government is going to be different than any government we've ever seen.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. The Trump team this time around is going to be different. And what you guys are saying is real unity, right? The Trump ticket is the unity ticket, not the fake unity that Democrats have where you have Kamala Harris and Liz Cheney coming together because they want to continue to send Americans off to die in pointless wars. No, not that type of unity where they're literally only unifying because of Trump, right? I mean, that's the crazy thing about this. What's going to happen is that unity is going to fall apart, right? Because again, they're only unified when it comes to one thing, Trump, okay? And when Trump wins again, yeah, they'll be unified for the next 4 years until Trump and his term is over. And then all of a sudden, they'll have to figure out why in the world are we on the same team again, right? Why do we support each other? Okay, because again, Liz Cheney is a neocon and Kamala Harris is a far left progressive. They're only unified because they hate Trump, right? They're unified over hatred. But on the right, the unity that you see between Trump, Tulsi Gabbard, RFK, Vivek Ramaswamy, Elon Musk, JD Vance, that type of unity is based on a common set of ideals. Again, the main one being that, hey, we need to put the American people first. And that is the difference, guys. Okay? It's not unity based on hate of one individual and one man. It is unity based off, hey, we all agree on this set of ideals and how we should govern this country. And that is what we're going to unify around rather than unifying around just hating the other side. Again, that's the difference here. One side has unified around hate and division, and another side has unified around America first. I think the choice is obvious. Because when you vote for Trump, you're not just voting for him. You're voting for RFK. You're voting for Tulsi Gabbard. You're voting for Elon Musk. You're voting for JD Vance. You're voting for Vivek Ramaswamy. You're voting for a team that, again, is all about putting the American people first rather than just hating one man. And that's a team that I'm going to ride with every single day of the week. And I think that that's who the American people should be riding with if we want to make this country great again. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.